Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where I cover missing persons, unsolved cases, crime news, and more. If you could do me a quick favor before we jump into the video, if you could hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it. I am just over 100 subscribers away from hitting that 10K mark. And also, if you like the content, if you'd hit the thumbs up button, I would be appreciative of that as well. So, on December 24th, 19-year-old Camila Mendoza Olmos disappeared from her home in northwest Bexar County in Texas. She was last seen at 6:58 a.m. Wednesday, December 24th, of course Christmas Eve, outside of the family's home. And again, like I said, in northwest Bexar County, it's a Caspian Spring area. She was last seen wearing a black North Face sweatshirt or sweater with baby blue accents and baby blue shorts and white shoes. And today is day 5, and there was a press conference I am going to play momentarily where the sheriff gave an excellent update and some information that they were able to provide to the public. But on her missing persons poster and report, it states that she is 5 foot 4 inches tall, brown hair, brown eyes, and she weighs 110 pounds. She left her phone, her cell phone at home, and all of her belongings. The only thing that she had on her person was her car keys and potentially her license, her driver's license. And of course, her car was also still parked at the family's home. According to family and friends, they stated that she usually goes for walks, but she always carries her phone with her. 19-year-old Camila may be in imminent danger, according to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office and the FBI, which has been assisting in the investigation and search for her. And she's had family, friends coming out to let her know not only are they searching for her, but they want her to know that she's got many people that love her very much, and they are willing to help her deal with anything that she might be going through. According to the sheriff, he mentions it in the presser that she may have some unaliving tendencies or some mental issues. He's not stating that that is what's going on. However, she did recently go through a romantic breakup, but the breakup was a mutual thing, and they don't suspect anything nefarious was involved in that situation. And everyone around her is cooperating. But as we all know that follow these missing persons cases, you just never really know, what's going on. But let me pull up the press conference because again, the sheriff really goes over everything that is known up to this point and that can be shared with the public. This is Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar.
Good afternoon. We're out here at the scene of our mobile command post. We're stepping up operations. Up to this point, we've been relying upon the school to allow us access, and the school's been great partners, but at a certain point, we see that, we don't want to interfere with their operations either. And so we've now set up our command post. Again, they've been gracious enough to let us use the parking lot. That way we can come out and do what we need to do without disturbing their ongoing operations. But as of now, as the last few days, we've been talking about the lack of video from the community. Up to this point, really the only thing that we had some videos and stills from her driveway, from the young lady's driveway, and what we believed was her right around 7 a.m. Late yesterday, we were made aware of a second video that somebody from the neighborhood here was on their way to work about 7 a.m., about the same time, and saw what they believed may have been her on a dash cam. This person had a dash cam operating in their vehicle. They shared that video with us. And again, at present, I'm not able to say with 100% certainty that this is you know, the young lady in the picture, but it does certainly have the clothing description on this pedestrian certainly does match up with what she was wearing at the time. And so, you know, we're sharing that information, that video with you all, in hopes that somebody may have collected similar video. Up to this point, really, this was the best direction of flight that we were able to develop. Again, at first, all we had was video right there, right around the residence, and so now, if this is indeed her, we've got what we believe to be a good direction of flight. And so what it looks like is that back over this way is where the residence is. It looks like she may have come out onto Wild Horse Parkway and taken a left and was actually heading this general direction when a motorist driving to work passed her and was able to capture the video. Again, we'll share it with you all. She is wearing what we believe this young lady was wearing about the time that she was last seen. Light blue pajama shorts, if you will, and a dark colored top. And so we're asking anybody, again, with any information to please give us a call, 210-335-6000. You can also email us at bcsotips@bear.org. And what we're asking is, once again, folks from the community, if you've got any surveillance camera video, or if you've got a surveillance camera that maybe you haven't had an opportunity to check up until this point, please make it a point to look. Again, the last video that we have is about 7 a.m. Christmas Eve morning. But, you know, again, even if you don't live here in this immediate neighborhood, maybe you live 2 or 3 communities over, hopefully it doesn't cost you much more than time to just look through your surveillance camera video from later that day and let us know, and let us be the judge of it. What we don't want is somebody to go, well, I'm not 100% sure that it's her. It's just a video of somebody, the top of somebody's body walking up my street. Show it to us, send it to us. Let us be the judge of whether it's something usable or not. What we don't want you to do is feel silly calling us, and in reality, you're holding on to something that could help us out with this case. Any questions to this point?
What resources do you have right now? Is the FBI involved? We've heard some of those reports.
The FBI has been involved up to this point. You know, the FBI is always a good partner with us, and so right now they've been helping us out with going through some digital devices, some digital evidence, enhancing video, things of that nature. Homeland Security has also been helping us out with regard to checking outbound flights, border crossings. Not that we have any direct information that would lead us to believe that she left the country, but again, we would be remiss if we didn't check everything. And so, you know, at present, there's nothing to share with regard to that. But again, we're thankful for our federal partners for giving us access to their databases that they have.
So do you believe she could?
At this point, that's the prevailing theory based upon the video that we have. Unless we have evidence to show otherwise, we believe that she did walk away from the residence on her own.
It's a very, very strange situation. And we've seen these before. But if you watch the video, outside video, it's hard to see, but she's outside at her vehicle, and all of a sudden she's just gone. And this video, which I will show after the presser, that they got a hold of from someone's dash cam, shows someone, and it's very dark, but it does show someone on the walking down the road. It's hard to tell, but it does match her description, so it could be her. It's definitely not something that can be ruled out.
Now, no, I mean, at this point, look, we've got several different theories working, and we've got to, you know, the theories that we're working upon run the whole gamut of possibilities. You know, we do have, unfortunately, some indications of suicidal ideations from this young lady in the past. We do know that there was some depression issues in the past, but as a young person, what young person doesn't have bouts of depression at a certain point? So we can't necessarily afford to just say, oh, well, that must be what it is. We've got to consider all possibilities, from disappearing willfully to the possibility of self-harm, to somebody may have taken her. Maybe, after this video, somebody may have taken her. And so we've got to consider all possibilities at this point. Unfortunately for us, we can't start narrowing that down until some evidence takes us to that.
And I know the sheriff in this presser, he's asking if anybody has any tips, or obviously if they have any video from like Ring or door camera, any of those cameras. Because in this day and age, there's cameras everywhere, right? So this person that just came forward that they saw someone that resembled her on their dash cam headed to work. So who else may have her on their Ring camera, another dash cam, any kind of surveillance camera? I think that's going to be very, very important to find out if there's any other cameras that caught her.
And we're not there yet.
So what is being searched right now? What areas are being searched right now?
Right now, physically, we're searching as close to this area here. But as we're able to, and as more resources are coming online, we're able to expand out a bit more. We've actually got a cadet class that's out here that's physically searching. One of our law enforcement cadet classes is out here searching. Mounted Patrol is out on the ground as well. The drones, the dogs, we've got some volunteer search groups that are out kind of doing their own thing, coordinating with us to the extent possible. But, we're concentrating our efforts on this immediate area. John Paul, I'm sorry.
You have mentioned in the past that you believe she's in imminent danger. Can you elaborate as to why?
Sure. With regard to the imminent danger, what led to the clear alert was the information that we had that there may have been some suicidal ideations in the past, some attempts to self-harm in the past were a consideration. And so, again, it's just one of the many theories that we're exploring at this point. But, obviously a young person like this, small in stature, very young, very impressionable. I would say anytime they're away from home, and we don't know where they are, there's always an immediate danger there, concern.
The dash cam video where you sort of believe that you saw her, how far is that from her house?
The dash cam video that we saw is maybe a couple blocks from her home, maybe 2 blocks at the most. I'm just guesstimating there.
Holding anything?
No, she just appears to be walking by herself, and to the person that captured it, it didn't really mean much until such time as they put 2 and 2 together and said, wait a second, on my commute, I saw somebody. And maybe, and she took a chance. The person that brought this to us took a chance. And hopefully it'll pay off for us and it'll help us at least it's given us a better direction of flight to be able to concentrate our efforts on. The video that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, I just mentioned in Spanish, the date is way off. The time is way off for whatever reason. The lady that shared it with us, the couple that shared it with us, I should say, they know that this video was captured on this day. They were able to attest to that fact. And they know that she leaves for work every morning around 7 a.m. And so even though the date and time is off, she's fairly certain or very certain that video capture was right around 7 a.m. just after the time we saw her at her driveway.
You mentioned a path of flight. So is this new video at all narrow where you guys are going to be searching for?
Well, it gives us a direction of flight, right? Again, to that point, all we had was her driveway and really didn't know from there. This at least gives us an idea. It was okay, this general direction coming from the residence itself. But with that being said, we still won't say with 100% certainty it's got to be on this side. Well, we're still going to consider all things, but obviously it's going to steer us a little bit more strongly toward this direction, this general direction. But again, once she hit that roundabout that's back here, she could have gone anywhere from there. So it does narrow it down a bit, but just not 100%.
So we were told that she goes on walks. That's normal.
Mm-hmm.
So where she was, is that a normal place for her to go on her walk?
It's a normal, along her normal route, from my understanding. This young lady was is a bit of a fitness enthusiast. She was very much into going to the gym and very much into walking. But again, normal part of her route.
You mentioned digital evidence and digital devices. The FBI is assisting you with that. Can you elaborate on what those
Sure.
devices and evidence is?
She left behind a cell phone, which, as you know, a young person that age, or even a not so young person, who leaves their cell phone behind, right? It's unheard of. But she left behind a cell phone. She left behind an iPad, and so we've had the opportunity to go through some of that digital evidence. Again, thanks to the help from our friends at the FBI. I can't part with too much from what was gleaned from that, but we were able to glean some information from it.
As far as checking
Leaving her cell phone behind, that's always weird to me. If you're going out for a walk, or a run or out at all, I mean, most of us take our phone, right? I carry my phone when I go out on a run. It's always with me. So I do find that odd that she would leave her phone behind. And I guess there was a thought that she went to her car to get the charger for her phone, and then she left the phone in the house. Again, whatever she went out to the car for early that morning, it sounds like she wasn't ready to leave the house, because all she seemed to have on her was her car keys. She didn't have her purse, not her wallet, phone, none of the stuff that you would normally take with you if you plan on going anywhere.
and ports of entry, are you doing that because something indicated she might have gone that way?
No, there was no indicator that she left, but it's something we'd be remiss if we didn't check, because the last thing we want to do is spend a whole bunch of time searching this immediate area and then she flew to Mexico. There's no indicator here that occurred, but we had to check. Just like we had to check. I can tell you one of the things that I personally saw too yesterday is, she's a U.S. citizen. This young lady is a U.S. citizen, but we still checked with ICE to see, do you have anybody by this name in your custody? Again, not any indicator at all that ICE may have picked her up, but we know that ICE is operating heavily everywhere right now, and unfortunately, being a U.S. citizen is no guarantee that you're not going to get swept up in something. Thankfully, we were not. That didn't lead us to anything. They didn't. They indicated that they did not have her in custody. But again, we would have been remiss if we didn't at least ask that question.
My name's Edward. I work with a lot of missing persons. Can we?
Thank you, sir. Let me concentrate on the media folks here.
For people that want to help, right?
Yes, sir.
For people in the community,
Yes, ma'am.
what can they do besides, anyone that lives in the neighborhood with video? What volunteer efforts are underway or available?
Well, so the volunteer search groups are kind of doing their thing right now. We would just appreciate it if they coordinate with us. Far be it from us to say don't search. If they feel it in their hearts to do that, we'd appreciate them coordinating with us to let us know where they're going to be. We certainly welcome the help if they so choose. But we would ask that they if they see law enforcement searching a particular area, that they just kind of stay out of that area. The last thing we want to do is be tripping over each other. But certainly if they feel that it's in their hearts to search a certain area, we'd appreciate that.
Just your thoughts on the
I'm sorry?
Have you found any relevant physical evidence during these ground searches?
No, well, look, I certainly wouldn't be the type to discount anything at this point. I can tell you we haven't been made aware of any evidence that we would say is meaningful. But again, with that being said, if any of these search parties come across anything that they feel is relevant, call us. Call us. What we would recommend or what we would ask is that they not touch it. Because if it does happen to end up being some sort of evidence, we don't want that chain of custody tainted in any way. So if you happen to see something out there, call us, 210-335-6000.
Just your concern that we're now in day 5 without seeing her.
Look, always cause for concern. Young folks, a lot of things can happen to a young person in a matter of hours. So yeah, the fact that we're five days out and counting is certainly cause for concern. A lot of things can happen to this young lady. That's why it's incumbent on us, on this community, to everybody come together with the objective of getting her back to her family sooner rather than later.
Can you talk about what agencies are helping outside of BCSO on the ground, or is it just you all?
Right now, we're the only law enforcement agency out here on the ground that I'm aware of. We have coordinated with SAPD and with Helotes PD, obviously both great partners, because some of the search areas border their city limits. I'm certain that they'd come out and help us if we asked them to, but for right now, it's just BCSO. The FBI has been helping us out, as I mentioned, with some of the technologies, and then HSI has been helping us with databases and things like that.
So this is the page the group that I found on Facebook that has the most. I don't know if there's another group at this point. for Camila Mendoza Olmos. And they have 1.6K people in here so far. Now, what I wanted to show was this video because it's up from one of the Fox News. This is KABB Fox 29 News. So let me pull this up so you guys can see it better. So this is the video that they're stating that he talked about. There's the person right there. So I'm going to let it play a few times here. And I've watched this a number of times. If she's wearing a black sweater, sweatshirt, and shorts, it is hard to tell, but that kind of looks like Camila. I mean, it does, right? Doesn't that look like her? I mean, I think it's definitely possible that that is her. Again, the video quality is not great and the lighting's not great, but you know, it's definitely a very good tip and possibility. I'm curious why it's so dark at 7 in the morning, but again, this could be a different, you know, I haven't looked it up. San Antonio, but Texas, where she's from, could be a slightly different with the sunrise, because I know the sun comes up around here in Central Florida around 6:30ish a.m. lately, this time of year. So that could just be, it's starting to come up a little bit later in Bexar County, Texas. Yeah. So what do you guys think? Do you think that that is her? And again, this right here is the group. So if you want to follow the case as well, and you're on Facebook and you're looking for a really good group, this is the group that I'm in, and I do recommend that you check them out. Missing Camila Mendoza Olmos discussion and updates. So this is one of the missing posters. I'm actually going to just show both of them. The first one is a very basic poster. It just shows her photo, Camila Mendoza Olmos, age now 19, location Bexar County, Texas, and it does list the phone number, which is vital, to Bexar County Sheriff's Office, 210-335-6000. And then the Aware Foundation, they have their missing person poster, which I think they're always one of the best posters that I see for these missing folks. And it does list a lot more information, and there's 3 photos of her here. It states the Texas Department of Public Safety has issued a clear alert for 19-year-old Camila Mendoza Olmos, who was last seen around 6:58 a.m. on Wednesday, December 24th, 2025, leaving her home in the 11,000 block of Caspian Spring, Bexar County, Texas. Surveillance video shows someone believed to be Camila looking through her car for an unknown item before the footage cuts off. It is thought that she left on foot since her car stayed at the scene. She only had her car key and possibly her driver's license with her. She was last seen wearing a black North Face sweater with baby blue accents, baby blue shorts, and white shoes. Anyone with information is urged to contact the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. Again, their number is 210-335-6000. So I'm going to also post this in the community tab, this poster, so if you guys would like to share it, or also you could take a screenshot here, please do share it out. And again, if you're on Facebook, check out the group. But I am praying and hoping that Camila is found safe and sound very soon, because we all know the longer these go, usually the news is not as good. So let's pray that she's found this week. And with that said, I hope you have a great rest of the day. And most of all, stay safe.